Damn, it's Friday night at 10:05. What? Wait
What?
a second.
Hold on.
What?
I don't. Yeah.
Don, what do I tell everybody? When they're watching the show, what do I tell everybody? Hit that notification bell.
Hit that notification. You never know, man. I mean,
you never know when we're going to go live.
When it's a hot show, you got to go hot live. And lately, let's face it, man, SmackDown hasn't given us much to get excited about. It's just been another boring-ass, bland type of show, right? There you go, Sammy. Hit the dig-a-ling on the ring-a-ling. I love it, brother. Let's do it.
That's it. That's it. White Sammy Sosa is in the house. Hey, we're right here. We had a great SmackDown. And the number one pro wrestling program on television today. The number one show.
I still think it's Raw. I think it's Raw the last couple of weeks, but it's the same company. I know what you're saying. Right?
It's the same company.
But it's a different show here and out, right?
SmackDown just has a different vibe. It's got a different vibe, a little bit of a different presentation. It's only 2 hours long. And, they were hot with The Rock and the Bloodline for I don't know how long. And
it was red hot.
Red hot. White hot. Red hot, baby. Whatever that means, I don't know.
Touch my ass and pray you don't burn. By the way, happy Friday for all of you sons of bitches that made it. I got a cold beverage here. I had a good day today. Took the wife out to a little bit of a lunch. Washed the dogs. I got the fight on tomorrow, which, by the way, Bottles, we've got to cover this, pal. Bottles and I both thought the AEW pay-per-view was this weekend because of how the show was presented Wednesday. Bottles, guess what?
It's not.
It's not. They had a go-home show without a go-home pay-per-view. This is how you know you're so badly booked, you can't get out of your own damn way. SmackDown tonight. At no point in time did I think they were having a PLE this weekend. They reminded you every other segment. Next weekend in Saudi Arabia, the PLE, King of the Ring. Every other segment, they reinforced the show.
That's right. Absolutely.
That's how you know the difference in a pro show and a Comic-Con. That's the difference.
A Comic-Con. The other show is the Comic-Con.
It's cosplay wrestlers pretending to be real badasses.
I don't want to go and mention the three initials of the other show. I just rather let that go. I saw the card that they taped last night.
Dear God.
And I think it's going to be on tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken, on Collision. Good Lord Almighty. You figure the man would have learned by the poor ratings from Wednesday. You know the ratings were out Thursday. He saw the ratings, and he would just say, see you with this idea. I'm going to go ahead and rewrite this whole thing. And for him to rewrite a show probably takes him 5 minutes. You know, the way they book things over there. But let's not keep pissing on the flaming corpse. The flaming corpse of AEW.
We're going to own this. We were wrong. We thought it was.
We were.
But how could you not think it was this weekend the way they presented that show Wednesday? Like, that was the whole vibe of that show. It was a bunch of jobbers. There was nothing to really care about this show. And then you had SmackDown tonight. By the way, where was SmackDown at tonight, Bottles?
Where was it held?
I can tell you, don't look it up. I know it was.
It was held right in AEW's backyard, Jacksonville, Florida. Right up the road from my house.
And the crowd was white hot. We have talked about this the last couple of weeks, right? The crowd can make or break a show. The SmackDown crowd in Connecticut, I don't know what's up your asses in Connecticut. I'm going to speak to all of you fans up there now.
Why are you talking about Connecticut?
Because they're sitting on their goddamn hands when they come back from France, sitting there like, oh, it's a show. I'm not going to move. Get off your ass. If you don't want to be there, don't buy the tickets and don't embarrass me as a wrestling fan. I will gladly buy your tickets and attend. That shit was embarrassing when they got back from France. The last couple of shows they've had have been complete ass as far as American fans are concerned. France has just put America on notice. Get up, fucking cheer, make some noise, drink some beer, be annoying if you have to, but make me feel like you give two shits.
Let's hope we don't get banned from YouTube for this show. Hey, folks, welcome to Spur Circle Maniacs After Hours.
It's going to be live and real. It's raw like it was in 1990s.
Don. Ixnay on the up phase. Okay?
Yeah, well, FK them FKs.
We had a hot show, Don. Let's get into it.
I can't wait, man. This was so hot, it burned my remote because I had to keep turning the volume up because the wife kept saying, hey, I don't give a shit about your Braves. If you touch it again, I'm going to cut your damn nuts off. I was like, whoa, here's the remote. I'll watch the Braves game on my phone. I don't want to get into
Was your son standing in the corner going,
here they go again. Here they go again. He came out and was like, yeah, Mom, tag me in. I was like, what is this shit? Oh, we got a dual tag team match now? What is going on here?
Tag me in, Mom. I'll get the knife.
They're in Jacksonville, and the crowd was at Jacksonville. I praise you, pal. That was how a crowd is supposed to sound. It sounded like a pro wrestling event. It sounded like you cared. You cheered. You booed. You made the show. I loved everything this crowd did.
They were white hot the whole night long.
I mean, I loved it. And by the way, if you're watching it live, thank you very much. We appreciate you being here. If you're watching it on replay, like and subscribe and hit that ding-a-ling on your ring-a-ling because we might just go live at any moment. And next week, we very well may have a special guest that we don't do very often.
That's true.
We're going to work on getting a very special guest next week, so I'm very excited about that.
Yes. A member of the actual pro wrestling universe.
Yes, a long time, 30-year veteran of the pro wrestling universe.
Yes, and if we mentioned his name, you would all go, I remember that guy.
I remember that guy. And he's still very active on the IWC, the Internet Wrestling Community, and the Independent Wrestling Community.
Well, he actually does do spot shows, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. He's still very much. Yeah. And I'm very excited.
Still in good shape for a man of
great shape. My God.
Of his stature and age, he is in fantastic condition and looks like he could go with Cody Rhodes. He could go one-on-one with Cody Rhodes.
Come and get you some, boy.
That's right.
Bianca the Smurfette came out. I'm sorry, I shouldn't make fun of her outfit, but she was very Smurfette in this show, right?
Dude,
did you think the same thing?
Skipping. I can't get past the skipping.
Why is it still a thing? She's a badass. She's in tremendous
Vince is gone.
shape.
Vince is gone. Why
but
the skipping?
She's in tremendous shape, though, right? Like, she looks like $1 million.
Absolutely. She's upped her game in her definition and musculature since teaming with Jade Cargill. You might as well just call them the Ab Slab Sisters. They've got slabs of ribs for abs. It's unbelievable. They've got 12 packs. 12 packs.
I would call them the Ebony Stallions if I can name them a tag team. That's just
Ebony Stallions generally reserved for men.
I know, but look, if Megan Thee Stallion can cone that shit, I'm going to pass it on to the WWE. The Ebony Stallions are on their way. I'm just saying. Megan Thee Stallion is a very famous rap artist now, right? She's a female that calls herself a stallion because they say they want to stutter. So I get where it's going. I'm just saying that's where I'd go with it.
Whatever you say, Don.
Look,
let's move this shit along, shall we?
They've got to look. Bianca Belair, until the last probably year, I didn't appreciate how damn good she was.
Right.
She is so good at selling everything in that ring. She sells everything. And Tiffany Stratton, Tiffy time, she's a star already. She's a star already.
Absolutely. It's just like she's a, I don't know. It's like if you
she's a throwback heel.
She's a throwback heel. The best creative wrestler on WW2K24 in the female end of it, that's who you would have. But
is she a bitch?
The looks.
Is she a bitch? No, first off, is she a bitch?
She's a spoiled, rotten bitch, rich bitch.
Check.
That's her gimmick.
That's the first thing. There you go.
That's her gimmick. She's fantastic.
I thought this match look, I'm not a big women's fan.
And if folks would like to see super chats are open, super chats are open.
Yeah, if you thought this match sucked, tell me. If you thought it was great, let us know.
And while we're shilling, by the way,
there it is.
In our store, we have the Square Circle Maniacs coffee mug. What a beautiful specimen of a coffee mug right here. If you're left-handed, you really can't show your loyalty to the show. But if you're right-handed, if you're a righty like myself, which is why I chose to have it printed on this side of the mug. You can take your pick. You can have it printed any way you want on your mug. But this is the way we have it. And $15.99 in our Teespring store. The link is in the channel. And hey, look what I'm doing right now. This doesn't have to be reserved for coffee. You don't have to worry about coffee in your coffee mug. Here, Adam Miller Lite spilled it over my keyboard, Don.
Beer. Jesus.
It's all over my keyboard, Don. But God love it. We're going to have a Squirt Circle Maniacs keyboard in store one of these days.
Welcome to the after
to
hours.
Replace this piece of garbage that I have right here. Good Lord Almighty.
Welcome to the
Honey,
after
can you give me a
hours
towel? Can you give me a towel? Honey?
Anyway, back to
Can I
Tiffy
get a
time.
towel? Can I change your shorts?
Back to Tiffy time.
Tiffy time.
They were hitting each other. This was entertaining. There was nothing about this match I found embarrassing at all. It looked like a great women's match, and it didn't involve a whole lot of, ooh, I'm barely hitting the ropes. It was, bitch, hit the ropes, hit the turnbuckle, here we go. And Larry's right. Lord, learn to pour a damn beer, man. That's just sad.
When I spilled, I'm scraping what I spilled back into my glass.
Holy shit, you are not that little of a degenerate, I hope. Even Larry said, God bless America. Anyway, look. The hair pulling in this match by Tiffy, I thought was tremendous. She kept snatching her by that hair. I was like, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. That's how you do it, though, right?
There's going to be a time when they can agree Bianca Belair, they can get Bianca Belair to agree to cut that long braided ponytail. And the person that actually does that in the ring is going to have mega heel heat. Mega heel heat.
You're right. When they do that, it's going to be great. You're absolutely right. When they do that, it's going to be great. There were a couple of sloppy spots. You could tell in the corners. They got a couple of bad spots in. Overall, though, this was a great opening match. I didn't.
Great. I would say, Don, PLE worthy.
You're exactly right. It really was. This was a PLE worthy match. It feels like you're building to something in Saudi. Like, if the match is this good on SmackDown, what the hell am I going to get next Saturday?
Right.
Right?
It could be Lyra Valkyria and Io Sky. The winner of that match will be taking on the winner of. Wait a minute. No. They still have another SmackDown.
Yeah. No, I don't think that.
So you're gonna have Nia Jax versus Bianca Belair.
I think that's safe for the Saudi show. I think they're having the semis and the finals in the Saudi show, from what I understand. I could be wrong. We've been wrong before, but that's how it looked like.
I think you might be wrong there, pal. But go ahead.
If we're wrong in the chat, let us know. But I think that's what they're doing.
You're going to have the Raw finalist versus the SmackDown finalist.
No, that's the final. That's the final. But I think they're having the semis in Saudi and the finals in Saudi. Like, I think they're going to open the show with the semis. The main event is going to be the actual final, and before that, you're going to have the Jake Paul or Logan Paul versus Cody Rhodes match.
Cody Rhodes.
Either way,
that's conjecture for another day. Let's move on.
I gave this match 4 out of 5 hot pockets. That's just me. I thought it was absolutely tremendous. Everything about this was great. There were a couple of sloppy spots. I enjoyed everything about this. That's just me. Did you enjoy this? Oh, there you go. See, there it is. That's what I give this. It was so good. That's how you kick off Raw. Bitches pulling hair, having personal vendettas. Bianca sold her knee. Mwah! I love this whole thing.
Right.
Next, you had the Cody and Logan recap, which I thought was pretty good, right?
Not bad.
I thought that was a good recap. You knew where this was going. You knew they had heat. And then, Bottles, how long have I been saying LA Knight was not ready for the heavyweight or the WWE Championship What have I been saying about LA Knight now for 5 months? I've been saying it for over 5 months now, have I not?
You were saying that he's not ready for the main belt. He's ready for maybe like a U.S. championship run, Intercontinental, but not the main belts yet.
And what did we get as a preview tonight?
We got his failure to actually get it done in the King
No,
of the Ring
that's
tournament against Tama Tonga. What?
Backstage, what did we see? Backstage,
we
yes.
saw L.A. Knight and having it out with Carmelo Hayes. A little war of words.
Not just that, but before even then. Did you miss
tell
this?
Me.
Logan Paul yes.
At the Nick Aldis doorway.
Yes.
Yes.
You got that little
that's
tease.
a little foreshadowing.
A little tease
of what may happen.
Now, you mentioned the Carmelo Hayes point. That's going to probably be the Money in the Bank. One of the 2 guys or one of the 8 guys, or whatever it is now in the Money in the Bank. That's what that seems to be foreshadowing to me. That's what that was to me. Maybe even they have a match now in Saudi to start this little feud they have, right? But the Logan Paul issue was very much stemming to that U.S. title. That's what that felt like to me. That's where that seems. SummerSlam 2024, that's what you're going to see.
They're looking for a big, TKO is looking for, they want to elevate SummerSlam to be the summertime WrestleMania. That's what they said when they actually bought this company. They want to bump up SummerSlam and make it just as a appointment viewing worthy as WrestleMania. So that's what they're going to do. They have it be a big show when it comes to a big town.
I think it's going to be a big house show loop that they're going to do after the fact, to be quite honest. That's what that feels like to me. You're going to have LA Knight versus Carmelo Hayes and a lot of loop shows. That's what that feels like. Because they still do them.
Yeah.
Have some beer out of your some beer out of your spilled mug, for God's sakes. They cut backstage. You've got a Jade moment talking to Bianca because Bianca was hurt. And then they show Tonga. Tonga is a god. He's a lunatic. He's walking backstage doing God knows what. Whatever this role he's in, I'm buying it, pal. He looks like a psychopath and acts like one.
I was just about to say
I'm all in.
Kind of guy you'd see him walking shirtless down a Miami street, holding a machete with one shoe on. Just a psychopath.
Did you see, I'm not reading this, but did you see the machete fight somebody shared on Twitter earlier today?
The guy had his hand cut off. When it was over, he walked over, picked his hand up like nothing was wrong, and walked away.
What the hell is going on in this world?
What is going on, man? People cutting their hands off with machetes, getting in their fights like they're goddamn Congo Zorro. And then, guys taking gas pumps and sticking them up their ass.
Whoa, no. Now you're going too far. I can handle guys getting their hands cut off.
Good.
Gas pumps is where I draw the line. When you're doing 83 octane for your outtake, I can't handle that.
Don, he was a diesel. He took diesel, not 83 octane.
Motherfucker came around the corner going, choo-choo. God, if
he had a problem. He had a problem with his dipstick. I saw that too. He had a problem with his dipstick.
Oh,
it's a famous video on Twitter.
It ain't
Can't
famous.
help talking
It's
about
a weak load.
If you're in the chat room, just ask a man named Sega Genesis in the chat room. He knows all about it.
Anyway, I can't even get focused now. LA Knight cuts another absolute insane top turnbuckle promo. If there's one thing this guy's got, it's charisma, and he's got it by the truckload.
Absolutely.
It's just absolutely by the truckload. If you haven't watched our show before, like and subscribe. We're doing an impromptu show tonight because this is why we do the impromptu shows, because when SmackDown gives you something like this, you cannot sit on it for 2 or 3 days. You got to deliver it while it's hot.
And the problem with LA Knight, I think, is the fact that he can talk his ass off, got charisma by the boatload, like you said, but when the bell rings, he's a mid-card wrestler. He's a like I said, create a wrestler and WWE 2K24, that's what he is. He's a creative wrestler.
You know what? I don't
Sorry.
mind. I don't mind what he does, Johnny. I'm not looking for this guy to be AJ Styles. I am more into the entertainment aspect with this guy. That's just what I am. He is the Hulk Hogan of mid-carders as far as wrestling. That's what he is. And that's fine. You can be that guy. There is a role for you. He entertains the hell out of me. He had some witty comebacks.
He's woefully misused. If you had a guy who could talk like LA Knight, you could just throw him on TV all the time and have him talk.
He said to him, "Go play somewhere. I'm busy." That was his closing line with Carmelo Hayes. I was like, this dude is absolutely, and he meant it when he said it. He meant it when he said it. It didn't sound like a line he delivered. It sounded like some shit he meant when he said it. And that's the difference in wrestling today.
I liked it when Carmelo Hayes spelled H-I-M, and he goes, "Oh, hey, that was great. That was great. Nobody's saying that crap."
So you like that, huh?
That was great. That was great. LA Knight I just have him on TV talking for an hour. That's all. World according to LA Knight, I'd love to just sit there and listen to him talk.
Let me ask you something. Would you rather watch an LA Knight match or a John Moxley match?
Good Lord Almighty, LA Knight all the way.
I rest my case, Your Honor. You may not like him in this company and the matches he has compared to some of these other guys, but he's better than the competition. I'm just saying, he's not going to bore you. He's not going to embarrass you with the shittiest punches you've ever seen in your life on the top turnbuckle.
And no selling.
And no selling every damn move anybody ever does to him in the history of ever. That's the difference. Just saying.
Yes.
LA Knight was obviously to be distracted by the bloodline. I knew that was coming. I think you knew that was coming. They were all at ringside. And there's one big mule they haven't debuted yet, Johnny.
Who was that?
You tell me. You know his name better than I do, because I am not about to get this naming business. I can't even do Japanese guys, let alone.
Are you talking about the other guy in the bloodline?
Yeah. What's his name going to be?
Tonga Leona.
Tonga Leona. Is that going to be his name?
He's got his sister, who's a famous actress, Tia Leone.
I can't take you seriously anymore.
She married David Duchovny.
Why are you doing this to me right now?
His name is Tonga Leona.
This is a serious show.
Tonga Leona.
Serious wrestling fans.
I'm seriously saying Tonga Leona.
Tonga Leona.
Tonga Leone.
Okay. Look.
Just say it fast. Slur it a little bit. Tonga Leone.
Look, they've got another bloodline member that they haven't debuted yet, and I'm wondering
which I can't understand for the life of me why they're not.
Because he's the biggest, baddest nut job of all of them. Why are they holding that guy back?
300-pound man, moves like a cruiserweight, super kicks, fast as whatever, fast as lightning. And I just can't understand it. He's a bruiser. He wrestles like a more agile Bam Bam Bigelow.
And he looks twice as badass, if you can believe that, without the head tattoos, which is crazy to me. How can you look that badass?
They called him the Samoan Werewolf in MLW when he wrestled there. He was their heavyweight champ for a few years. And he had a lengthy stay there. And he didn't want to go anywhere else because he had a criminal record. He thought he wouldn't get hired anywhere else.
Right. Well,
so
he's got overseas problems.
Ass.
I know that.
Yes, he's got overseas problems. So he won't be at Saudi Arabia. But he'll be anywhere in the continental United States.
He ain't going to go to England. Jesus.
No. Or Canada. Good Lord.
Blame Canada. Blame Canada. Watch South Park, folks.
Next Saturday, by the way, the new South Park on Paramount Plus.
Yes.
What's it called? The End of Obesity.
The End of Obesity.
And the poster for it is Cartman rolling his shirt up, give himself an Ozempic shot in his belly button.
Larry knows. Larry knows. I'm just going to say that.
Larry knows what?
Larry knows all. Here came the crowd and the contract signing. Mm-hmm. People keep telling me Cody Rhodes is no longer over. And the crowd keeps saying, eat shit, we love this guy.
To the smarks, he's no longer over, but to the common man, Working hard with their hands. The common
Listen,
man.
baby, when I watch my little baby son come out them ropes, baby, when I watch him come through the curves with that title, baby, it makes the son of a plumber proud, baby. That's my boy, baby. And when I see the fans reach through and they hit the subscribe button and they hit the notifications button, baby, it makes little Cody Rhodes happy and the dream happy, baby. Not tonight. No, not tonight.
No, not tonight. You got a little. Go ahead.
This was absolutely gold. Cody
Yes, it
Rhodes
was.
comes out and the crowd goes crazy. They go
Good guy,
insane. How many
Good guy,
times
Cody.
do I look? I'm just going to ask you. I keep reading
Right.
that in the IWC, on Twitter, on Facebook, on anything,
Mhm.
Cody Rhodes isn't over, man. No one likes Cody Rhodes. We hate Cody Rhodes. And then he comes out.
The failed experiment of Cody Rhodes. That's what they say.
And what do I hear every damn week?
Dude, the song, the cheers, him stopping right there, coming down the ramp to sign somebody's belt, to sign their poster, to sign their shirt, hugging little kids, taking time, not to mention what he does backstage with the Make-A-Wish kids. He'll see kids in the crowd, like the one kid that held a sign up that said, "My 11th birthday's today. I'd like to go meet the wrestlers." And had his name at the bottom. I'll just say Wendell. Well, Cody Rhodes would see that sign and say, go out. He'll tell a security guy, go get the kid and his mother and bring him back. And he'll walk them around backstage, sign stuff. He'll get a whole bunch of merch and give it to them. And the wrestlers will sign the merch. And they're happy to do it because they love meeting the kids. They love meeting the fans. And someone interested in the chat mentioned, he doesn't like Cody either, but he's over like Rover. And I'm not a big fan of Cody Rhodes, but I can appreciate the promos. I don't like so. Kent's cock in Ohio. What do you want to talk about?
AEW diehard. Why don't you like me? Here's the bottom line. No, this is the bottom line. There is a huge disconnect in the IWC and actual fans that tune into these shows. Because the IWC and the heart and the fans that watch shows, they're not always the same people. And you could say, well, look, goddamn, SmackDown's ratings have sucked. SmackDown's ratings have been bad because they put on shitty shows for like 4 weeks in a row. That's why they've been bad.
Look, if you're a neckbeard, you could call 2.2 million ratings shitty shows. You could call that. Any wrestling company out there right now would love to have a 2.2 million rating on a national TV network. They would love that. You think Tony Khan doesn't see those SmackDown ratings and rip his little pin curls out of his hair?
I think he does more than that, pal.
He's probably biting into the cans of White Claw instead of just popping the tops.
I need a shotgun one right now.
Bring me sky blue and 2 rails.
And Dax is like, okay, boss, and runs off with his little bald ass.
His little bald ass. Did you see that pile driver picture?
Yes, I did, where he was eating ass cheeks. It's the
he
best
was eating
thing ever.
that, man. He was eating Okada's ass. And that
I've got a new flavor. I've got a new flavor, and it can't be craved by regular ass. Dude, that picture was worth every tweet that I went through to find it.
Oh,
The
look on Twitter,
contracts,
folks. Just look it up.
the
The death of
contract,
AEW. I think it's on that Twitter account. Look that up.
the contract signing was great. The crowd was great. I love Cody Rhodes. I am not a fan of what I do. I am here because I'm a pro wrestler. Everything about this was great. He said, I want to be a Grand Slam champion, and I knew this was coming. Logan Paul weaseled his way out of this, and I thought this is such a great way to be a shit heel.
Yes.
I'm fighting for your title. I didn't agree to put up my title. It's
Well, he's got
just
a point.
your title.
He's got a point.
Your title is worth more than mine. And Nick Aldis in this role has been a godsend to SmackDown. He really has. They actually have 2 GMs now that don't seem to be a good guy or a bad guy. They're just wrestling GMs. I want to put on a good show. That's my role. That's what I want to be here for. That's
what do you
just
think it's
how
going
I
to take,
took
Don?
this.
Let me ask you a question, Don. What do you think it's going to take to get Aldis to put the boots back on and get in the ring?
Oh, I think you're going to see it next WrestleMania. That's what I think you're going to see. I really do. I think
Scrap Daddy Adam Pearce.
Yeah, I think you're going to see it.
Nick Aldis.
I think you're going to see it next year.
Or Survivor Series.
No, you're not going to see it that soon.
They could each be leading the teams. That would be amazing just to see that. They really would.
No.
Aldis is a great wrestler. Aldis is a good wrestler.
No, he was. He really was.
He was Magnus for the longest time, and he wore out his welcome in the NWA. He basically held that title hostage by being a very political guy behind the scenes with Billy Corgan. And I think he wore out his welcome there. He wanted to go into AEW, but he knew AEW was a shit show.
Yeah, but he wasn't getting paid enough by Billy Corgan. Like, that was the whole thing. Like, guys, I know I'm not. He knew, he's like, I'm not a huge megastar in this company or in this business, but I can make a hell of a lot more money as an on-screen personality than what the hell you're paying me. Like, I know I can. And he has been a hit since he walked in day one. Day one, he's been a hit.
He probably said to Billy Corgan, let me see, you'll give me 2 cases of Costco hot dogs, 3 cases of Sprite, 100 hours a show. I don't think so.
That, and he probably said, despite all my rage, I am still just a rat in your cage. That's probably what he told him. Holding the 10 pounds of gold, baby.
The 10 pounds of gold.
And I'm still just a rat in your cage.
Come over here, Billy. I'll wax your head for you.
Let me smash a pumpkin on that noodle of yours, son.
We'll smash a pumpkin, baby. You got a little Georgia June bug right there on your grill. Let me wipe that off.
Have you ever seen my gas tank?
You can. I take diesel.
Jesus. Wow, this is going off the
My dipstick's in the front, Billy.
Let me check your oil, son.
You can beat my prices, but you can't beat my meat.
I'm done. We're moving
Remember
on.
That Americana? Remember
yes,
that
I do.
He was a butcher.
Golly, Moses, how did this just happen? Logan Paul's a shit heel. Nick Aldis is awesome.
But before you go on, folks, on YouTube, look up Dusty Rhodes Americana.
Oh,
on
yeah,
YouTube.
you'll love it.
And all those promos he did for the WWE before he came in, where he was a common man working hard with his hands. You'll see him being a gas monkey at a gas station. You'll see him
plumber
being
with
a
his
butcher,
pants falling off.
Plumber. At least when he was the butcher, the other guy worked the bandsaw and was cutting the meat.
Thank
and he had the big bib on with the blood on it. You can beat my prices, but you can't beat my meat.
Oh, and by the way, if we get this special guest, he's got one of the greatest Dusty Rhodes stories and promos in history.
I like to hear that.
Yeah, it's absolutely golden.
Yes, indeed.
This kept going. Cody Rhodes had the line of the night, in my opinion. He said, "You're the greatest human hat rack in history." I thought that was perfect. You're just here to throw my hat on your ass, and I'm out of here.
Mm-hmm.
I thought this was great. Nia Jax came out for her promo, and I just thought, oh, shit, please go away. Please go away. That's all I thought. Every time,
she's not a master thespian, Don.
Every time she comes out, I think, oh, shit, please go away when she starts talking.
Really?
Every time. And then she got in the ring with Jay, and I thought, man,
it's going to be a shit show.
It's going to be bad. That's the only way to put it. This is going to be beyond bad. This is going to be beyond the Thunderdome bad. It's going to suck ass. And suddenly it didn't.
You heard a choir of angels singing. This is fantastic.
They just went for straight power moves. They were like, we're not going to put a catch as can on. We're just going to hit the shit out of each other, get out of the ring, yell at the small child, throw bitches over the ropes. Here comes a chair. Block that.
Dude,
chair shot, DQ.
She told little Cargill, your mother sucks. Oh, my man was classic. And the father's sitting there like this. Just glaring at her, staring a hole right through her.
Damn, girl, do something.
Nia Jax.
This is what she's made for, though. Hard-hitting, cut through the bullshit, knock a bitch out, be done in 10 minutes or less. And it worked. This worked. This is 2 matches in a row, Johnny Bottles, where Jade Cargill has looked the part.
And Nia Jax has lost a lot of weight. She's working on her physique. She's lost an entire Zelina Vega. She's probably lost 100 pounds.
She looked good here.
She did look good. Cargill looked good also. Cargill sold more in this match than I've ever seen her sell before.
And she looked great. But here was
chairs.
Okay, I'm glad you brought it up. It was the one bad spot the whole match where Jade didn't grab the chair when it came down. I don't know if that's a timing issue or whatever, but she caught that shit legit on the cheek and was bleeding from it. Like, she caught that chair.
Yeah.
The next time she took it, whacked her. And I swear, right now, if Nia Jax should have gone backstage and be like, I am so sorry you didn't beat my ass for that chair when that happened. Because I should not have laid in like that. Because it was just totally off. The timing was off.
Well,
and Jade was like, all right, bitch, bang.
That's not much. She hasn't really done anything like that. In the old company she came from, she used the chair one time. And
CM Punk had to teach her how to do it.
Right. When it was on Collision, CM Punk said, this is how you do it. You bend over and I'll hit you in the back with a chair. That's how you do it. You hold the chair like this. Now you hit me. And he bent over. And she whacked him a couple times just to get the feel for it.
DIY versus the Higgis.
Don't even care. Don't even care.
No, but it was DIY versus Higgis. Did you hear me? I said Higgis.
Higgis?
Who gives a shit? That's what I've codenamed this team as Higgis. HGAS. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? DIY wins.
So who is HOO?
It's just who gives a shit. It's just
who gives a shit. Horrible. The Johnny Gargano experiment is over.
They did have the QR explanation thing. Did you see that? With the shrink talking to the camera.
More Bray Wyatt. No, Uncle Howdy. More Uncle Howdy type of thing going on.
Did you see the internet trolls this week were saying that was actually not a real segment. It was hijacked by somebody. Did you see that?
Just where do they get this shit from, dude? Whatever goes with WWE programming is put there by the WWE. What do you think? It's like the 80s when Max Headroom came into the middle of MTV. No, it wasn't. It wasn't MTV. It was some UHF station. A guy wearing a Max Headroom mask took him off the air.
I swear, I saw more tweets this week saying this wasn't actually part of their QAR code. It was somebody that hijacked the show. I swear to God, I'm not making this up.
Let me ask you this. The tweets, were the profile pictures Sailor Moon or Dragon Ball Z?
No, it was usually Amber Moon or Dragon Ball Z. Or Dax Hardwood. Or Dax Hardwood.
Yes.
It was one of those three.
Or what the hell's her name? Mandy Rose. That's it. Straighten yourself up, pal. Look professional. Look clean. You gotta look clean for the camera.
You gotta look clean, baby. You gotta look like a shop. You gotta be able to go out there and put on a show, baby. I just thought that was
Safeway chicken.
I thought it was utterly ridiculous that they did this after the Max Headroom soap opera Dweeb Boys came out and said, "Oh, actually, the WWE, that wasn't part of the show." Oh, really? Yeah, they totally didn't mean to do that. I'm going to go watch some Amber Moon matches. Oh, me too. I'll be back in an hour. I feel better now about myself.
I think at WrestleMania next year, they booked Ember Moon versus Amber Heard.
Well, old
Amber.
She will crush somebody's face, guaranteed.
Satchel ass.
Put Amber Moon in a UFC match, and she's got a better fucking chance of actually winning a title because she will absolutely smash someone's face.
Well, she's got a title now. She's the Ring of Honor Ladies Champion, Don. Haven't you heard?
Dude, no one gives a shit. Anyway, on to
Ring of Honor Ladies Champion. I don't know.
My head hurts from you saying that, actually.
Who's the Ring of Honor
comes out.
Heavyweight Champion? Who's the Ring of Honor Men's Champ? I don't even know.
Why do you keep bringing up a company that's not on television? That's my question.
The fake company?
It's not on TV. Hold up. Let me check my notes. Oh, look. Here it is. Do you see this?
Yes, Chapter 9 of the Who Gives a Shit
Do you
manual.
see that? Who gives a shit? No one cares.
Don, I like doing a show with you when you're drunk. This is just.
I'm not drunk. I'm just having a good time tonight.
That's what my wife says.
Are you there when she says it?
Yes, we're in the middle of coitus. She says, I'm not drunk. I'm just having a good time.
Oh, dear God, what just happened?
Yes.
Honestly,
Sega
I think
Genesis
FTR
with the
was
Finn.
nervous about whether Vince was back. That's why they stayed in AEW. They regret it and are taking it out on everyone else. You think so, Sega?
Well, they have gone on record as saying after they signed that contract that they're happy just working 1 day a week because of the of the small children that they have in the house. They're worried about the schedule. Why wrestle 5 days a week for the WWE when you can be grossly overpaid and work 1 day a week for an idiot? And you won't be a star, but
and you'll be jobbing your ass
mark
out in singles matches every time.
Yes, but you're working for a money mark. You're working for the Herb Abrams of the new millennium. So
all they're missing is him chasing hookers naked with a baseball bat high on coke. That's the only thing they're missing. And the truth is that look,
I can see him now chasing Anna J. Sky Blue and Britt Baker.
Oh dear God!
Out of the Holiday Inn, nude with an ice pick in his hand. I'm
With
not
the
talking about the
breakfast
one
buffet.
between his legs. I'm talking about an actual ice pick.
With the breakfast buffet just going on sale.
Oh, look, Agnes, who is that guy? He's got no clothes on.
Some poor schlub with his
Pass
3
the
kids.
butter.
A poor schlub getting hot cakes off the freaking hot bar meal with his 8-year-old behind him. Dad, did you see that shit? Oh, God damn it. Yes, Billy.
That girl's running through the parking lot wearing a washcloth.
I see it, Billy.
Good Lord Almighty.
No. The truth is that FTR did this to themselves, right?
They did.
They really went after the WWE when they were on top, and the last couple of months, they haven't stopped. They keep going after them. And I don't understand why.
It's not they. It's not they.
It is they. And you can protect them all you want. No, it's Cash.
Protect who?
Okay, go ahead.
Protect who? Who am I protecting?
Cash.
They're schmucks. Cash Wheeler and Dax Hardwood. Dax the bald one, who's always on Twitter, shitting all over everybody. AEW's great. I'm happy to be here. Tony Khan is the godfather of my baby.
Dax is an asshole. Dax Hardwood put out a couple of weeks ago about he ripped WWE at the same time he was praising AEW. And I said, this was my tweet. How about if you stop worrying about the competition and worry about making your own product better? He blocked me for that. That was why I got blocked. I didn't call him an ass clown, a dipshit, a pole smoker, none of those things. He blocked me for saying, quit worrying about your competition and make your show better. And he couldn't handle that small of a comment. Couldn't handle it. You must go. Tony Schiavone, who blocks everybody and their mother, has not blocked me. And I've never criticized Tony openly. Like, he doesn't put shit out like, I had a great night tonight. Otherwise, I'd say something about Tony. But he doesn't do this shit on social media like these other idiots do. Chris Jericho was the easiest target in history with his bloated ass. talking shit, sipping vodka tonics all the time, while his wife is out here on January 4th doing whatever the hell that was. Or January 6th. Sorry.
Yes.
She was there 2 days earlier planning the shit. And then he's dating some damn governor. Like, that guy's a walking mess.
They caught him on camera. I think it was down in New Orleans.
New Orleans, yes. Larry, this is for you, pal.
He was looking for Larry down in New Orleans. He was with Marjorie Taylor Greene. What he was doing with her, just the two of them, late at night by themselves, on Bourbon Street. I have no idea.
Holding hands.
What sort of bacchanalian debauchery did those two get into? Who knows?
The same. Well, if I had to guess, they are probably fans of Total Pole Nation. We'll just leave it there.
We're live right here on Total Pole Nation.
Nope. Anyway, we're going to get back to the Randy Orton match.
My main man,
Bayley
Chris Jericho.
Bayley had an interview, and I didn't get it because she looked like Grimace. Why did she come out dressed like Grimace?
Well, you're always shitting on Bayley. Why are you always shitting on Bayley?
I can't deal with the chatter right now. I can't deal with you guys.
Just the best thing to do.
I can't
do what I do. Just turn the comment screen off, Don. That's what you gotta do sometimes. Just to regroup. I keep looking out of the corner of my eye, and I'm just going. Oh my!
Holy shit!
Jesus Christ! Anyway, we were talking about Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler.
We were talking about
Cash Wheeler is the one who's quiet. He doesn't say anything. He hardly ever tweets anything at all. And by the way, I want to throw this into you right now. When they taped Collision last night. No, Wednesday. After Dynamite, supposedly that segment was taped. I find that hard to believe that they would put on the air Dax Harwood telling the crowd, by the way, let's hear a round of applause for my man Cash Wheeler, who had all the charges dropped in his felony court case.
No, he did it. He did this shit.
I know he did. Why would you even tape that or say that? Why would you just keep your mouth shut about that?
Because you're idiots. Dax looks like a roly-poly to me that just, I don't know, that got in the ring one day. And look, here's the thing. I told you long ago, Cash Wheeler, that shit was going to go nowhere because it was a he said, she said moment. I said that from day one.
Right.
That guy pointed a gun at me. What gun? That's how that whole goddamn thing went down.
Dax Harwood looks like G. Gordon Liddy. He looks like G. Gordon Liddy on a 3-day coke bench. That's what he looks like.
No, he's in way better shape than that. Calm down.
What, than G. Gordon Liddy?
Yes. Come on.
I'm just hating.
Let's get back to Grimace.
You sit there and you hate all goddamn time we're doing a show. And I can't hate on one person. I can't hate on one guy. You're hating women's wrestling, the stupid dwarf Don sucker, the dildo kid over there comes out with Jurassic Express. You said on the last show, the dildo kid. And I can't hate on Dax Harwood. I don't understand. What kind of world is this where I can't hate on Dax Harwood, but you can piss all over Marco Stunt, the dildo kid?
You can hate on Dax all you can hate on Dax all you want.
He's in the comfort of my own home. I'll stay off the air. I'll hate quietly.
Grimace came out. She had her moment. Randy Orton had his match, right? I'm just going to get through this.
Yeah.
Randy Orton. This is where we are as wrestling fans now. Right? This is where we are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Randy Orton looks like the goddamn Undertaker every time he's in a match now, man. He just does. He's in a match with a lot of smaller
people.
But that's where we are as a wrestling fandom now. They're all 5'10", maybe 6'2" on a good day. Randy Orton's a legit 6'5", 250-pound monster. And
250 pounds? He's got to be 275, dude.
I'll give him 250, 260.
He's packed.
And it's all natural, which is what's great. It's naturally pumped in his ass. Look.
I think I'm having a heart attack.
All
natural, my ass.
That's where he pumps it into.
Ass.
That's what it says when he pumps it in there.
Rim shot. I need a little rim shot sound effect.
That's what he's got a little bullseye around his little area, right? And it says, all natural, my ass. And that's why it's all natural, my ass.
I give that comment 4 Hot Pockets.
Folks, we're having a good time tonight. We're glad you all joined. Please like and subscribe. Hit the notification button. Look, we're here to be good time.
Give us a bing bong with a ding dong right down below there, right on that little bell.
No diesel applied.
Drop a
This
comment.
was a good match.
If you got something to say, if you got a funny joke, a funny, witty, snappy comment about the show, about anything in general, about life in general, throw in $1. We'll put it up on the screen. We could all laugh at that.
This was a good match, I thought. It set up where they're going with it. You could tell the Bloodline and Randy Orton are going to have an issue. And I can sort of see Kevin Owens getting involved in this somewhere in Saudi Arabia. What about you? Randy Orton won, by the way.
Yeah. Why would Kevin Owens you foresee a heel turn by Kevin Owens?
No. Getting involved for Randy Orton to help him out, to get the Bloodline off his back.
It's been rumored in the IWC that Kevin Owens is due for a heel turn. So
he is, but it ain't going to come here. It ain't going to come here.
That would freshen things up a little bit. But who do you foresee as the King of the Ring?
We're going to talk about that Tuesday. I can't do that now.
Jey Uso?
Hit that notifications button. Hit that notifications button. You never know we're going to go live and in your town. We do appreciate it, buddy. But I thought this was a great show. This was the best SmackDown they've had, in my opinion, since WrestleMania. It really is.
That's right. That's right.
I was entertained from the word go. I thought it was great. The matches were great. The backstage segments were great. The promos were great. Thank you, WWE, for putting some oomph back in this show because it was well needed. Any other comments about the show, Bombs, before I get to something else I want to talk to you about that's not wrestling related?
I'm just the possibilities for the finals of the King of the Ring.
They're endless. That was something you talked about earlier. Say it again because you didn't mention it. When you watched how this show started, you didn't know who was going to win in several matches, right?
Yes, exactly. And that's what you want as a wrestling fan, Tony Khan. You want to be able to watch a show, even if you just saw who's going to be up on the show, like in the promotional material that you would see online. You have no idea who's going to win the matches. Who would know that Jade Cargill was going to get disqualified for using the chair on Nia Jax?
Right.
Who would have thought? You would have thought, oh, Jade Cargill's getting a big push right now. She looks like $1 million. She's a new signee. She's wrestling.
Why would you not push her to the moon right now?
Push her to the moon. Why is Nia Jax winning? Well, it's a surprise.
Why is Tiffany Stratton not winning? Why is Tiffany Stratton not winning to face Jade Cargill?
It's a surprise. I think it's fantastic. The way they structured the show. I think the way they paced the show was great. And we're not E-drones, WWE fanboys.
Oh, God, that shit, man.
Triple H dick lickers, as they say. We're not like that at all. We're just fans of good wrestling programming. Now let's talk about TNA.
I will punch you in the nuts. No, we're not talking about that dreadful shit. What I wanted to ask you, though, before we go off the air, there was some pop culture news today that came out. Did you see the P. Diddy footage?
I heard that there's a photograph, well, not a photograph, actual film
it's a video
of him slapping his ex-girlfriend around in a hallway of a hotel.
Dude.
I haven't seen it yet.
I've seen it. He did way more than just slap her. He whacked her ass on the back of the head like Mike Tyson was somebody in the corner in a goddamn towel. and
Yeah, she went into
drug
White
her
Town.
and drug her ass back to the hotel room. And I'm not sure if you guys have been watching this. Like, we don't usually talk pop culture, but that shit popped up on my timeline. I was like, oh, what is going on here? And I too did. I was like, okay, so where there's smoke, there's fire, folks. I saw Ray Rice knock his girlfriend out in a goddamn elevator and horribly
ruined
did
his
it.
career. Done.
And P. Diddy's got a whole lot of accusations, so
let me ask you this, Don. P. Diddy alive or dead?
he's alive. Come on.
Is he locked up? Is he incarcerated?
No,
The feds haven't snagged him on the side and said, hey.
he's very free.
How do you know?
Well, he has gone to LA to get his lawyers. That's how I know. So I just want to talk about a little bit of a pop culture reference tonight because
Yes.
that one kind of caught me off guard. I was like, wow, he really wailed on her ass, man. Like, that was very Ray Rice moment.
A lot going on with P. Diddy. They say he's the Jeffrey Epstein of the music business.
Well, from what I hear, the Young Boys is a whole different thing in his world.
Yes, indeedy. You can have
All
any
right.
woman you want. Any woman you want. And this is what you're doing.
Thank you all for watching tonight. I hope you all enjoyed SmackDown. I hope you enjoyed this show. Bottles, that's all I got. Take us home. And
Don't
buy
forget
a
the
cup.
Squared Circle Maniacs coffee mug. $15.99
Like and subscribe.
in our store. Please like and subscribe.
Hit that
We're
ding-a-ling.
desperate. We need the money. Give us a ding dong with a bing bong. A ring-a-ling with a ding-a-ling.
Hit that
Give
button.
us a little tapper on the clapper.
Thank you all
How's
so
that
much.
sound?
Really appreciate it. Sounds great.
Does sound good, doesn't it? And we're trying to get more subscribers than what we've got.
Yeah,
right
you
now.
know, we are. We did a
We're
good
at
job this week so
721
far.
right now.
Let's get
All
to
the job.
800 this week. Get to 800 this week. Let's do
Trying
this.
to get to 800, folks. At least close to it. We're going to be nudging 800 by next Saturday. if
Tell
that's
your
possible.
moms, tell your grandmas. They don't have to watch. Just subscribe to the shit.
Doesn't cost anything to subscribe. It's free. Totally free. Unlike the Square Circle Maniacs Coffee Cup, which is only $15.99.
Will you stop shelling and hit the button? You can't even pour beer into it. I'm getting one now. It's getting on the way.
I've had about 10 beers, pal, so it's a little hard pouring one into. Why? Why?
Hit the button.
Why?
I'll
What?
hit the button if you don't.
I can't hit the button. No, man, I'm looking for it right
All right.
now. Where's the button?
Here we go.
I tell
I
you
got the
what.
button.
I tell you. You know what? I know of a guy who. You have to set me up, Don. I know of a guy who never had a problem hitting the button.
Oh,
Never
I do
had a
too.
problem hitting the button, especially when he was with Lonnie Kai.
Who?
Till next week, Gordon Soley saying so long from the Sunshine State.